Meghan is feeling insecure and worried. Things don't seem to be going as she planned. Welcome back to my channel. I am a genuine anti-fan of Harry and Meghan. If we have the same intention, don't hesitate to give me a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. The tension between Harry and Meghan is palpable and escalating, as Meghan grapples with the unsettling realization that her life's trajectory is veering sharply from the path she had envisioned. Known for her affinity for the spotlight, Meghan is increasingly dismayed by poll results indicating her fading allure among the American populace. Her dismay deepens with the precarious status of their Netflix deal and the ridicule that marred the debut of her America Riviera Orchard brand, making her feel besieged on all fronts. At her wit's end, Meghan perceives a relentless wave of criticism aimed at her every move. In her eyes, the critiques are not only harsh, but profoundly unjust, fueling her bewilderment and resentment. She questions why her efforts fail to garner the admiration she believes they deserve. In a bid for solidarity and validation, Meghan has even reached out to Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice, hoping their royal connections might sway public perception in her favor. Amidst this turmoil, Meghan harbors a deep-seated desire for King Charles's endorsement, believing that his approval could shift the narrative. However, she is baffled and frustrated by the apparent lack of support from the British royals, who seem reluctant to rally behind her. This growing rift within the family and her perceived isolation only add to the drama and complexity of her situation, as Meghan stands on the precipice of a royal crisis that threatens to redefine her public and private life. The growing chasm between Harry and Meghan is a direct consequence of Meghan's own missteps and a series of ill-conceived schemes she, along with Harry, orchestrated. It is clear that Meghan's life isn't aligning with her ambitious plans, but the blame lies squarely on her shoulders due to her naive calculations and misguided actions. Her penchant for media attention has backfired, with American public interest waning, as indicated by recent surveys. This self-induced isolation within the royal framework is not just a result of external criticism but is significantly fueled by her own actions and those of Harry. Their decisions have not only estranged them from the British royals, but have also constructed the precarious position they find themselves in today. Meghan's inability to grasp the consequences of her actions or to learn from her mistakes continues to propel her further into turmoil, making it evident that her current predicament is a direct outcome of her own doing. To put it bluntly, she is a horrible person, a user, and abuser of anyone stupid enough to believe her shit. She's a talentless hack and needs to go find a rock and live under it so we can forget the beast of Monta shit show and her lapdog even exist. She does nothing but embarrass herself. She's so narcissistic that she can see the pathetic. Lying and carrying on actually damages the already shitty brand she's trying to push on people. To be honest, Meghan seems to lack any awareness that actions have consequences. She severely disrespected the Queen, perhaps leading to a premature death. The British royal family and Britain will never forgive her. She has an exaggerated sense of entitlement, that people should worship the ground she walks on. She has alienated everyone who is anyone in Hollywood. She doesn't get that she is simply too toxic to work with. She has lied unashamedly and without remorse. She causes offense wherever she goes. She steals clothes and jewelry and has zero fashion sense. As someone put it, a common tramp in high-fashion expensive clothing. She tried to put on a cooking show, but the chef quit because of the abusive treatment they received. She's also a bully. Dirty Meghan usually ignores what people think about her, so must be going through a bad phase to be so concerned. She thought her river of strawberry jam would make her famous, but it hasn't tea, and who would pay so much for a pound of jam? Besides, why start with something so common as strawberry jam? It's easy to make and the stores have lots of different brands. It's not like it is scarce. What is supposed to be special about hers? She is one of the worst, not only criminal people I can think of. She defines spoiled, egocentric, lacking in any self-awareness with zero concern for anyone but herself. By major city standards, especially here in New York City, she has a 6, maybe a 7 on her best day. Stop fooling yourselves, ladies. Women use the number system too. The most enjoyable is she is dumbfounded when everyone can see that. It's almost as if Harry married her for no other reason than as a big F you to his family, born of his own insecurities. Treat her as entertainment. I imagine her crouched in a corner, frantically tapping away at the ancient computer. Hair unkempt, a little bit of dribble dripping down her chin. Surrounding her are photos of her heroine, Rachel. Long forgotten on the counter is her medication. A sad creature, but a product of her own imagination. After all, Dante asked why everyone, both Americans and British, hate Harry and Meghan so much. I think hate is a strong word. But so are the actions that conjure up such human emotions. I guess that the word dislike is a more discreet description when expressing one's negative feelings about another human we have never met. But when looking at the outpouring of public dislike and vitriol directed at Meghan Markle on social media and tabloid gossip, it could be fairly described as hate. However, she appears to be tone-deaf to public criticism, and not only turns the other cheek but blames social media bullying, orchestrated by frustrated, jealous, lonely, fat old women for the situation. Dear me, if that is the case, why don't this mob of frumpies pick on babyface Taylor Swift? The pop star is not only gorgeous, but also extremely talented, and her music keeps singing in my head for days after hearing it. So refreshing after such depressing news about this talentless jerk living the high life by trading on a British title earned by spooning and somehow blackmailing a prince into marriage. I think that the longer this pantomime is allowed to drag on, the more frustrated the large population of royal followers is becoming. And TBH, I think Meghan is now wearing a fashion item she paid top price for, a hate hat, that she earned through her very own grandiose public behavior. Because there is no feasible excuse for her behavior, since all her claims about ill treatment and neglect by the palace have been clearly disproven, and to go down the road of publicly disparaging other members of the royal family, due to envy of their higher status, physical appearance, and more wholesome background, character, and public respect, is hateful behavior. Regardless of Meghan's guilt-ridden and flawed character traits, to engineer such a violent public character assassination on innocent people who have done neither her nor anyone else any injury or harm, such behavior is definitely worthy of the hate hat. I think that Harry is receiving mixed opinions, but not so much of hate as disappointment and disgust. His acts of family betrayal are seen as a reflection of his character weaknesses and his choice of a wife, which is popularly viewed as an indication of his low intelligence, compounded by substance abuse. This was my impression of the situation when they first became engaged, and it hasn't changed. Once we allow ourselves to earn that title, there is no turning back, no public forgiveness. Meghan has, in fact, destroyed herself all on her own with no one else to blame. Australians had an opportunity to taste what was to come when some sneaky journalists shared posts from her private social media page before the engagement. And when she posted that the duo were spooning, etc., the Australian tour merely reinforced our opinion of her. So please, Harry, do not bring her to Oz to live when the US deports you. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video, and I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye, and see you again in the next videos.